All right, it's time for another edition of Fox 10 Talks Sports, the fun stuff. As you can see, I've got the tie loosened up. I got the glasses on. And, oh, yes, we've got Mark Malerich in the house.
Sir.
And we've got a special guest.
Yes, sir.
Our guy, Brad Gass. We call him B-Rad Gass. He's the best photographer in the market. Brad, what's it been like working at Fox 10 for the last, 2 decades?
Oh, it's been outstanding. I mean, to be able to work with this kind of talent right here, are you kidding me?
See, this is why we have him on the show. He pumps us up. But, Brad, like I mentioned, he's been working with us for 20 years now, over 20 years. Mally, you know what it's like. Mark Malerich does a lot of the editing. He's responsible for the look of Fox 10. Mally, just tell us what it's like when you see Brad shoot a game and he's all over it.
Well, that's the thing is I can't do what I do, and we can't bring the pictures, the images, the video, the highlights locally without Brad. And Brad, any of the Cardinals video you've ever seen where the ball is up in the air and it zooms in and then zooms out, that's not easy to do. I tried to do that at training camp one time.
Sure.
That's what he does, and he's the best that does it in town, and it makes our lives easier, and it makes our product a lot better, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, when you're watching the highlights and you see Wilson on the ball because the shot is so tight, it's this guy, Brad Gass, that got it done.
Well, and not to keep gassing you up a little bit, but the other thing is...
You're gassing up Gass.
Yeah. So Brad played football when he was younger, so he has kind of this sixth sense about, and he's been around the teams for so long, about what play might be coming down in distance. Like last week, he was shooting Josh Sweat just because he thought, well, maybe something. And then Sweat has the strip sack fumble, and then the touchdown comes right at him. Like who does that?
Right.
This guy.
It's a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck. That's for sure.
I was about to say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Right? And on that play, you were both. But just tell us about what's going through your mind, Brad, when you're shooting a game and you're trying to anticipate the play. Do you look at the down and distance? Do you look at the situation? What do you look at?
It's really bizarre. I kind of go with a gut. It's like you said, I used to play a long time ago, but you just get that feel after shooting it for so many years. You get that feel like something. Plus, I had not seen Josh Sweat do much in preseason or in camp, and I thought that guy might have a chance to go off, and I needed some shots of him. Yeah. So I decided to zoom in, and the minute I did, he knocked the ball down. Zaven picked it up, came right to me, and the rest is history. But you guys keep talking about me, but I got to talk about you guys because, again, we call it the Marky Mark special. Because without, I get him video, but this guy makes it sing. This guy writes like crazy. He's the best writer I've ever worked with, and all that together with the 22 years that I've been here, it is such a cohesive group that it's incredible. I get to work in this environment.
Well, and I think of it as like, if you look at us now, we're like the tripod.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to have stability, to shoot what you shoot, and the press conferences, everything. And it's like, you're the head of the snake, and then we're like the backup dancers.
Right.
You're the face.
Can you tell that we love each other? And I think that's what honestly makes us such a good team, right? Because we do care for each other. We take care of each other. And I want to do well for these guys. I don't want Brad's video to go to waste because I'm not prepared. I don't want all the editing and the time that you put in to your craft to go to waste, And so I want to do well, not just for myself, but for these guys. And that's where, I kind of want to talk about is how much we care for each other, where these guys, care about me so much and showed me how much they care about me, where they helped me get into the Silver Circle.
That's right.
The Rocky Mountain, National Association of Broadcasters.
See, that's why he's so good. That's a secret. He segues right into it.
But, because it was cool because you can't get into the Silver Circle on your own. You can't apply to get in it, right? Like if you win an Emmy, you have to put in the Emmy and then people vote on it. But if you want to get in the Silver Circle, somebody has to nominate you, and then people have to write letters on your behalf. And so Justin Lum nominated me, went to these guys here to ask them to write letters, and they did. But the thing is, they didn't tell me. And so I found out live on the air that I was being inducted into the Silver Circle. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. And so we just had the ceremony a couple weeks ago. We wanted to talk about it, and we want to share it with you, the viewer, of how special of a night it was. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was great because I had my Fox 10 family there. I had Justin Lum, I had Corey Goodwin, another photographer, Brad, Mark, their wives were all there. My family was there, so we had 2 tables. Fox 10 took over, right?
Yeah.
And the Fox 10 family and the Saenz family. We were rolling deep that night. Yeah. It was a special night. It was a lot of fun. And in order to, have the ceremony go off just right, each nomination group, I guess, had to make a video. And these guys made a video kind of my career.
You want me to set it up?
I would love to set it up.
Okay, so we had a few weeks, maybe a month to put this together about, basically it's like, the Silver Circle is almost like a Lifetime Achievement Award for what we do and for what you do.
Yeah.
And it was.
I say it's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Right?
So
I want my gold jacket.
Yeah.
I'm kidding,
So it's
I'm
like,
kidding.
how do you sum up 25 years in 3 or 4 minutes? Well, so I went back in the archives and found all kinds of stuff, which we'll see in a minute. But and then we got Justin Lum involved because he helped write the letters. So we kind of created it as like an investigative piece, like who is Richard Saenz? Let's figure it out. And we made it funny, we made it entertaining because that's who you are.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't go to dinner, so I had to edit it in silence.
And I normally do go to dinner.
I know.
But it was funny. But you guys did a great job. And the cool thing is, when you guys ran it, after the Silver Circle Award ceremony, was the first time I saw it. So here's a chance for you guys to see it.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Fox 10 Investigates. I'm Justin Lum. Tonight we dive into the curious case of local sports reporter Richard Saenz, not to be confused with Arizona Diamondbacks, Spanish radio analyst Richard Saenz, or former Houston Oilers player Richard Saenz.
James Logan, Joe Bowden, some weird name, Richard Saenz. Richard Saenz? I'm Richard Saenz.
Richard Saenz, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Starting out, it was clear to see Richard had a passion for covering sports, doing whatever it took to tell a good story. And while his early on-air look may seem funny now, his future in this business would prove to be no laughing matter. But seriously, how do you go from this
Richard Saenz, News West 9 Sports,
to Phoenix New Times Best Dressed Sportscaster? The transformation began in 2003 when Richard got the call he'd be leaving El Paso and the mustache behind to cover big league sports in Phoenix, Arizona.
And after covering UTEP and New Mexico State, I said, okay, now I want to cover the pros. So I kept going west, and I ended up here in Phoenix.
Once in the Valley, Richard hit the ground running, learning the ropes from another Silver Circle member in Jude LaCava, and being teamed up with outstanding sports photographer Brad Gass and producer Mark Malerich. Together, Richard welcomed Phoenix to his unique style of storytelling, all the while telling himself to follow his own advice of dreaming big as he grew in this market.
Chase your dream is what I have to say. And just give it all you got, and don't let other people discourage you. If this is what you really want to do, then do it.
And boy, did he do it. Over the last 20 plus seasons, Richard has covered it all and in a style all his own.
I'm not sure when I'll be ready, but are you kidding me? I've been up all night. I don't think I've slept at all. It's draft day. We got it right here on Fox.
But it wasn't always fun and games. There was a service side too. Having realized his own dreams, it was important for Richard to help those in need reach theirs.
And away we go.
Helping Secret Santa make the holidays a little easier for those in need, and doing it so many times, he was made an honorary elf.
Richard, after countless years of coming with us, we'd like to welcome you, and you are now one of the Phoenix elves.
Thank you so much. Guys, look. I'm official.
But if you ask anyone who's ever watched Richard over the last 20 plus years in the Valley, they will all point to his humor and ability to not take himself too serious.
You couldn't have dunked on a 7-foot rim at any point in your life.
I dunk donuts, that's what I do.
I mean, what other sports anchor would buy a beat-up RV to do interviews with local celebrities during the week of the Super Bowl?
I've got a 1999 Rexall V25.
Let me.
Yeah, so this is it right here. What do you guys think? You can swipe to the right if you want to.
Swiping right, baby.
I got it in an estate sale, so it lives on.
Oh,
Nice.
this is gorgeous.
Rolling with Richard. Attaboy.
Welcome to the tailgate. What do you think? Welcome to 1999.
That I was going to say, maybe 99, maybe 98.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
No, it looks good. The curtains, they look like they were pulled out of a fire. All that, other than that, everything else is good.
I mean, that sign is amazing. For anything, we got that. Look at that face. That face looks like I just got shafted on a deal.
For Richard, the job has always been about the people and building relationships. A selfless person who wants everyone to succeed, helping mentor the next generation of sports reporters. He is one of one, or as the kids say today, he is him. And now everyone knows it.
Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the Silver Circle.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's a huge honor for you.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations, Richard, and welcome to the Silver Circle.
Yes,
Wow.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
And it was so cool to watch it there, in front of my family. Everybody was laughing, especially when the
and
guys put in
crying,
the blooper.
too.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, and then I had to get up there and give a speech, and I got emotional when talking about these two because I love them so much. These guys are literally my brothers from another mother, and we've been through so much, and it's been so great to experience this journey with you guys. I appreciate
the
you
best
both
part
so
about
much.
it was being up there holding your award, getting ready to give it to you, and they said, "Okay, talk for 3 to 4 minutes." Richard said, "Screw that, I'm going weatherman." We timed it the other day, 11 minutes. He went 11 minutes. The man had a lot to say.
I was like Ron Burgundy. I'm
That's
still
it.
talking.
That's
I'm still
it.
talking.
I think too, having your mom there, that was
Yeah.
super
90 years
special.
old.
90 years old. Could have drove there if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to have her there. Like I said, I had the Fox 10 family, had the Saenz family there. It was a special night. And our news director, Steve Levi, brought up a great point where he says, look, it was nice to have your whole family there for a joyous occasion. Because unfortunately, at the age we're at, when the family gets together,
Yeah.
it's usually
Not
for
good
something
news.
that's sad, somebody in the hospital or a funeral or whatever. So we had a good time, at the dinner, and we're going to continue to have a good time here because we're going to
2
talk about the
segments now.
sports. Two
2
segments now.
segments.
So we'll be right back after these messages. Stick around. And we are back. It's our first ever second segment of Fox 10
You people
Fox
at home
Sports.
deserve it, or wherever you're watching this, YouTube or Fox Local. You deserve it.
Right? Normally we would have just one segment, but now we're having so much fun with it. We're like, hey, let's do two segments, right? So now we're going to be doing two segments from here on out. Again, thank you both for all the help to get me in the Silver Circle. It was really, really cool. You guys should be in there too, so that's going to be the next project for the Fox 10 Sports team. But it was really great to all get together and celebrate.
And you didn't have to take your RV there. You
Yeah,
didn't have to drive it to the
Right.
you know. But no, it was a great night. It was cool to kind of meet our coworkers, like wives and families. It's good to see your brother and your sisters again, and they all got here, and it was just it was a good time, and to celebrate. I think people that are watching now, they watch because of you. I mean, what we do, is part of it. And when you were talking up at the speech, is like we're all going in,
right.
because we all do it together, and that's the thing that's great about working here and working with the group that we have, and even Blake and Robbie and Megan back in the office too, is that we all are good people. We all care about sports. We want to tell you people positive stories, and we want to do things in a fun way.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what was so special, is that we got to celebrate you. You're always celebrating our victories, and you're the face of our department as far as on air, but it sure is a family, and I wish people could understand that. I think that when you look at the Cardinals, you look at ASU, they talk about team all the time, and it's not Sam that's running it, it's not Kyler that's running it, but you need everybody around you, but you definitely need a quarterback.
That's right.
You are a quarterback, my brother.
And the great thing is that the good teams, the teams that win, they care about each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I care about these guys. I care about them a lot. And it's funny because I always say, they're like GE, that commercial. We don't make the products you buy. We make the products you buy better. Whatever idea I have, these guys make it better. And I want to give you guys a real quick, synopsis on the RV. I bought it at an estate sale. It hadn't ran in 10 years. I said, this thing needs a chance. Like Fox 10 gave me a chance. Let's give this thing a chance. And I fixed it up, and I got it running. And then as a joke, we started saying, hey, we should go around and interview people in the RV the week leading up to the Super Bowl that's on Fox.
Yep.
And Brad and Bally, they helped me. You remember, Brad? The first one we did was Gonzo. And boy, did he! I mean, do you remember his face when he pulls up? Him and Derek
Hall dropped him off, and they're like,
right.
"Wait a second, this is the RV."
Yeah. And Derek got out of there real quick. And Gonzo gave you so much grief. It was.
Gonzo goes. He goes, "This is it." Because we passed it. We were looking for a real RV.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the best is where your steering wheel is. Like there's a compartment where it flips up and the engine is right there. And Gonzo goes, "Oh, look, you can work on it while you're driving."
But we're getting some mileage out of the RV in more ways than one. Now we're going to use it for a history-making moment for Fox 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to be streaming for 48 hours straight. Starting next Thursday
on our YouTube channel only. So it'll be on the YouTube channel only, but go ahead.
Yeah, the Fox 10 YouTube channel, the one you're probably watching on now if you're not watching it on the Fox Local app. But so on Thursday night when the Arizona Cardinals play the Seattle Seahawks, the game's on Fox. I'm going to be out there starting at 10 a.m. We'll be out there. You can come by the RV. We'll hang out. We'll be having fun before, during, after the game. Then after the game, when traffic dies down, I'm going to drive it to ASU, spend the night in the ASU parking lot, because the next day on Friday, ASU and TCU play also on Fox. So it's going to be history in the making. We've never done anything like this. We're excited. We're terrified.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happens there. They're going to mount some cameras on there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever think when it started out that it would ever evolve and what it is right now?
I think that RV is kind of like the ASU football program. Came out of nowhere, and they're making some serious plays.
And had success with it. Yeah.
And the Breaking Bad guys were there.
That was a really cool story too, because at the end of the Super Bowl week, we had put together all the ones we were going to run for that week, and then we got an email that said the Breaking Bad guys were available at. It was that pop corner, or the pop chips or whatever they were promoting. And we're like, oh my God, you have the RV, we've got to go. And then they couldn't do it in the RV, so you interviewed them at the venue they were at, but it was great because when you showed them the video, you were talking about their Rambler they have in the show, and the line that I loved is, "We're not making meth, we're making memories."
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
It was great.
And they were good sports because it's funny because when they do those little like junket things, they have people come through and they okay, here's the ABC, here's CBS, and we were the last ones, and I'm like, oh no, they're gonna be tired, they're not gonna want to really have fun with it because I'm not even talking about the chips, I'm talking about my RV. But I honestly think they found it refreshing, where it wasn't the same old questions. And they had fun with it, so that was a pretty cool thing. And we're having fun covering the ASU football team, so it's going to be neat to be out there for ASU. And the great thing about ASU is they're really entrenched in the community, right? You were talking about the NIL stuff.
Yes.
You know, Burrito Express has kind of jumped on. I'm going to reach out to my guy Angel. I'm going to get there to ASU. I might need a breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and to kind of piggyback off of that, Blake Niemann got to sit down with Kenny Dillingham earlier this week. It's going to run on All Access this Sunday. We're going to run some of it on Sports Night, but this is the part you're talking about where he's explaining the NIL stuff and how you and the community can help the football team.
Yeah, and here it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen guys take advantage of that and the community respond to that by helping your team out?
Yeah, I think there's a few organizations like Burrito Express has been awesome. Ford has been awesome. A couple Ford dealers, multiple of them have been really good to our players.
Cold beers and cheeseburgers.
Cold beer and cheeseburgers. Toyota's been really good with Jay France. I mean, we've had a lot of people really step up and help, but not even close to what we can. And I think that's the challenge is, can we get every business, or maybe not every, half of the businesses in this valley to get involved in some way, shape, or form, even at the smallest level? Can you get involved with our athletes? Utilize them to help your brand grow. And I think, I think our players are people that you would want to represent yourself and your organization or your business.
And I love the way Kenny Dillingham, we want every business, right? And why not? And they need that, right? That's how the good teams, the big markets, the big schools are going to succeed by getting everybody involved. But real quick, did you see how
I was
well
gonna say,
lit
did you see
that
how
thing?
well it was lit and how well it was shot?
That's this guy.
That's what we were talking about.
Brad Gass, and it's pretty cool because Blake Niemann's one of our new guys, right? He's a firecracker, right? He's a rising star.
Yeah.
But he came back and he's like, man, you should have seen Brad. He had he bouncing off the wall and then to us. I'm like, let him, as the young kids say, let him cook.
And
let Brad cook.
And also with ASU, shout out to Doug Tamaro, who Kenny Dillingham had just finished his Monday presser, and they allowed us to sit up in the room, be ready to go. They said, look, you can have Kenny for 15 minutes, but you have to be ready. He walks in, it's all done. He sits down, Blake knocks out the questions, and that's how we bring what we bring to you. We have very small windows, but we get the job done.
And can I tell you, on that shoot, it was so funny because, you get there an hour before, you're trying to tweak everything and set it up. The minute he comes down, you got to be ready to go. But he was so focused. He was, Kenny will always be friendly and cool, but he was in game mode. All right. He was, and you can tell how this week is very special to this guy and how he wants to come out with a big victory.
Yeah, it's the start of Big 12 play, right?
And both of these games are on our air this week, right?
So it's going to be great. And we're going to have Blake Niemann's going to be there. Live report starting on Friday. Like you mentioned, Brad, Kenny Dillingham, he knows, like, okay, no more messing around. These are the games that really count, Mark.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, and with Blake being there, we're going to get video from him. We're going to get video from Fox that nobody else in town will have. We call them the production truck melts, where you get the 16 different angles of Sam Levitt's hopefully 90-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Tyson. And then we'll have post-game, like complete post-game. It's not going to be kind of half done. And then we'll have that Saturday night. We'll have some on Sports Night, and that's why we're the home of ASU Athletics. Yeah,
it's great to have boots on the ground for such a big game. And it's great to have you shooting that interview, the one-on-one with Kenny Dillingham. But you could tell, right? It's go time for these guys.
Time. Yeah,
it's go time for the Cardinals too.
Right.
That's
so
true.
They're starting to, they got the Niners this week. It's a division game, and everyone seems to be doing well. We don't know if Mac Jones is going to be starting or if Brock Purdy. They said maybe today,
he was practicing.
But I am so, just real quick. I'm going to vent. I'm sick and tired of people talking about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s touches and how much production. It's not about your fantasy team, people. They're 2-0.
Right.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
And guess what? It doesn't have to be sexy.
Yeah.
But one of these games,
But
it will be
effective.
sexy. Yeah, right. But it will be sexy one game, and I'll be like, oh yeah, where's this been? I know how it is, sports fans. We go back and forth, but 2-0 is all that matters.
Yeah, and Brad, we were at practice today. You shot practice, and it was cool to see Max Melton on the practice field after what he went through.
Couldn't believe it.
You know, you guys shot to Skip Ryman as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they got some injuries. You know, Garrett Williams and LJ Collier are out, but it was nice to see other guys come back.
Right. I think they really realized that the first two games they were really lucky to get through that. And I don't know if the word is luck, but, they had to use everything that they had in their toolbox to get out of those situations. I think this week they're even more focused.
Yeah.
I expect them to blitz a lot.
Right.
And put the pressure on and get the ball out.
Right. And like ASU starting, you know, Big 12 play, this is a conference game, you know, for the Cardinals. It's their first conference game, or division game rather, and it's in the home opener for the 49ers. It's going to be hostile territory. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of James Conner, because I think they've been saving him for moments like this. He hasn't got as many touches as before, so I expect James Conner left, James Conner right, because it isn't about my fantasy team. The Chimichangas have
There
them.
you go.
We'll talk about the Cardinals, we'll talk about all that stuff, ASU, and much more next week. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll keep talking, so I hope you keep watching.